When someone doesn't see your worth, it's easy to feel discouraged, even to wonder if something is wrong with you. But here's the truth: another person's lack of recognition doesn't diminish your value. You are whole and enough just as you are, and nothing about you needs to be changed to fit someone else's vision. Your value is something no one else can define, reduce, or take away. It's not something earned through achievements, nor does it fluctuate based on another person's perception. You have an intrinsic worth simply by being who you are. This understanding, however, isn't always easy to hold on to, especially when we look to others for validation or measure our self-worth by external standards. But remember, your value was established the moment you came into existence, and it's been with you ever since. This value is like an unbreakable core within you, a light that shines regardless of circumstances, relationships, or the opinions of others. In a world where we're often conditioned to tie our worth to how others see us, it can be challenging to believe in our intrinsic value. When we grow up hearing messages that we must do certain things, achieve specific goals, or act a certain way to be loved or accepted, we start to internalize the belief that our worth is conditional. Over time, this can make us feel as though we're constantly working to earn our place in the world, struggling to prove ourselves and fearing that we're never quite enough. But none of this changes the truth of who we are beneath the layers of expectation and self-doubt. Our worth is like a treasure that's always there. We just have to rediscover it. Imagine for a moment the feeling of holding a newborn baby. You wouldn't question whether that baby is valuable, whether they deserve love or respect. You recognize the beauty, innocence, and wonder in that life. It's the same for each of us. Somewhere along the way, we forget that we're still that child, deserving of love, care, and acceptance for no other reason than that we exist. Just like that newborn, our value is inherent. It isn't defined by age, achievements, or opinions. We are enough exactly as we are. When we embrace our intrinsic worth, we stop seeking validation outside ourselves. This shift can transform our relationships and our outlook on life. When we rely on others to tell us we're valuable, we give away our power. Our mood and self-esteem rise and fall based on what other people think or say, leaving us in a constant state of insecurity and dependence. But when we truly accept that we are valuable just as we are, we reclaim that power. We realize that our self-worth doesn't need to hinge on someone else's approval. This inner confidence creates a sense of stability that's unshakable, allowing us to be authentic and whole in any situation. Knowing our intrinsic value helps us set healthier boundaries too. When we recognize our worth, we stop tolerating behavior that doesn't align with respect and kindness. We naturally gravitate toward relationships that honor and uplift us rather than diminish or criticize us. This self-respect isn't about arrogance or superiority. It's about understanding that we deserve to be treated with care and appreciation. It's a quiet, grounded assurance that makes us less willing to settle for less than we deserve, because we know in our hearts that we're worthy of more. Embracing our value also means we're more compassionate with ourselves. We no longer feel the need to be perfect to prove our worth. We stop judging ourselves so harshly, and we allow ourselves the grace to grow, learn, and even make mistakes. Mistakes don't make us any less worthy, nor do they diminish our value. They're simply part of the human experience. By understanding this, we give ourselves permission to be human without attaching our worth to an idealized image of perfection. This compassion we cultivate within also extends outward, allowing us to see others with a kinder, more understanding perspective. When we embody our worth, something beautiful happens. We begin to shine. People are naturally drawn to those who have an unshakable sense of self. This isn't because we're proving ourselves or seeking attention. Rather, it's the quiet confidence of someone who knows they're enough. This energy attracts authentic relationships and opportunities because it's rooted in a place of love rather than fear or neediness. Instead of trying to impress others, we're simply at peace with ourselves, and that inner peace resonates outward, touching everyone we encounter. As you journey through life, remember that your value is constant. It's there through every experience, every success, and every failure. It's there when you feel on top of the world and when you feel lost or alone. By turning inward and embracing this truth, you start to see life in a new light. Instead of searching for ways to prove yourself, you can focus on growing, learning, and being present. You'll find joy in the simplicity of being, knowing that nothing and no one can take away your worth. This is the foundation of true self-love, the unwavering belief that you are worthy of love, respect, and kindness, just as you are. This understanding is the beginning of true freedom. When you're no longer chained to the need for validation or approval, you can live authentically. You can pursue your dreams and passions without fear, because you know they don't define you, they simply express who you are. Let this knowledge of your intrinsic worth guide you through life. Let it remind you that you are enough always. In every moment, remember that your value is innate and it shines brightly exactly as it is meant to. In a world filled with constant demands for our attention, social media, work pressures, and relationships, it's easy to become fixated on what others think, say, or expect from us. We often look outward for answers, validation, and worth, forgetting that the most profound connection we can make is with ourselves. Turning focus inward is about redirecting energy from seeking external approval to building an intimate understanding of our own needs, values, and dreams. It's about creating space within ourselves to listen, to reflect, and to nurture our inner world, which is often overshadowed by the noise of the outside world. When you start focusing inward, you begin by acknowledging yourself as a priority. This doesn't mean becoming selfish or ignoring the needs of others, but rather giving yourself the same care, attention, and respect that you would give to someone you love. Self-reflection allows you to step back from the roles, labels, and expectations placed upon you and ask, who am I beneath it all? It invites you to explore what truly brings you happiness, what values you hold dear, and what goals resonate with your heart. By tuning into these parts of yourself, you gain clarity about your authentic desires, not those shaped by societal pressures or others' opinions. Focusing inward also means developing self-awareness. When we stop seeking fulfillment outside ourselves, we begin to understand the layers of our emotions, thoughts, and beliefs. Self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth because it reveals the reasons behind our behaviors, reactions, and decisions. Often we go through life on autopilot, following routines and patterns that may not actually serve us. By taking time to look within, we become aware of these patterns and can choose to replace them with behaviors that align with our true selves. This process doesn't happen overnight. It's an ongoing journey that involves questioning, listening, and learning from ourselves. Turning inward also involves accepting and loving who we are, even the parts we may not find perfect. Embracing ourselves fully means acknowledging our strengths as well as our flaws without judgment. It's easy to be kind to ourselves when things are going well, but it's much more challenging when we make mistakes or face difficulties. Yet, this is when self-compassion matters most. By focusing inward, we learn to treat ourselves with gentleness, recognizing that we are worthy of love and kindness even in our most vulnerable moments. This acceptance forms the basis of self-love, which empowers us to live authentically and make choices that honor who we truly are. One of the most powerful aspects of turning focus inward is the shift in how we perceive our relationships with others. When we are centered within ourselves, we stop relying on others for validation or happiness. Our relationships become healthier and more fulfilling because we are not seeking someone else to complete us. We're already whole. This doesn't mean we stop caring for others, but rather we engage with people from a place of abundance rather than need. We can give love freely without fear or insecurity because our sense of self-worth is no longer tied to how others perceive us. By focusing inward, we also become more in tune with our intuition. Intuition is like an inner compass that guides us toward choices aligned with our highest good. However, it's easy to overlook or ignore our intuition when we're constantly looking outside for answers. When we cultivate a habit of listening to our inner voice, we build trust in ourselves and our ability to make decisions that are right for us. Our intuition helps us navigate life's uncertainties with confidence and resilience, reminding us that we have all the wisdom we need within us. Turning focus inward also encourages us to slow down. In our fast-paced world, we're often rushing from one task to the next, barely pausing to breathe or reflect. When we focus inward, we allow ourselves moments of stillness where we can reconnect with our essence. This stillness is a space for renewal, where we can recharge and let go of stress. It's in these quiet moments that we gain perspective, allowing us to approach life with calm and clarity. Slowing down enables us to be present, to truly experience life rather than merely moving through it. As we turn our attention inward, we begin to see that the answers we seek are already within us. Many times we search for guidance or solutions in the opinions of others, hoping to find clarity. But by connecting with our inner selves, we realize that we possess the wisdom to overcome challenges and find direction. This self-empowerment is a profound gift because it frees us from dependency on external sources for our happiness or fulfillment. We recognize that while others can support and uplift us, our inner strength and resilience are the true sources of our stability. Focusing inward is a journey that requires patience and dedication. It's a practice of learning to be gentle with ourselves, especially when we face setbacks or doubts. There will be times when it feels uncomfortable, even challenging, to sit with ourselves, to confront our fears, or to embrace our imperfections. But each step inward is a step toward greater self-acceptance, self-awareness, and inner peace. It's a journey worth taking, for it leads us to a place of wholeness where we can stand firmly in our truth, regardless of the world around us. In embracing this path, we cultivate a relationship with ourselves that is based on love, respect, and understanding. This relationship is the foundation for all other relationships, as it sets the standard for how we wish to be treated and how we treat others. As we continue to focus inward, we find that we no longer need to seek validation from the outside. We become our own source of love, strength, and inspiration, living a life that feels true to who we are. And in this way, we discover that the journey inward is not just about finding ourselves, it's about coming home to ourselves. Affirming self-worth is a powerful practice that allows us to build a foundation of self-love, confidence, and inner strength. At its core, self-worth is the belief that we are valuable simply because we exist, independent of our achievements, external appearances, or the opinions of others. Affirming self-worth is a way of reminding ourselves daily of this intrinsic value, particularly in a world that often tells us we need to prove or earn it. This practice serves as a gentle but persistent reminder to honor who we are, celebrate our uniqueness, and cultivate a nurturing relationship with ourselves. When we affirm our self-worth, we are essentially reprogramming the mind to recognize our own inherent value. Many of us grew up with a mindset that our worth depends on external factors, such as academic success, career achievements, or physical attractiveness. We may have heard messages, either subtly or overtly, that we need to accomplish certain things to be good enough or worthy of love and respect. Over time, these beliefs become internalized and shape how we see ourselves. However, affirming self-worth helps us let go of these limiting beliefs and replace them with thoughts that honor and uplift us. It is a conscious act of choosing to embrace ourselves unconditionally rather than seeking validation from the outside. Daily affirmations are a powerful tool in this process. These are positive statements, often simple and direct, that we repeat to ourselves to reinforce our sense of worth. For example, affirmations like "I am enough," "I am worthy of love and respect," or "I value myself deeply," can be incredibly impactful. When we repeat these statements, especially during moments of self-doubt or insecurity, we create new mental pathways that gradually override old patterns of self-criticism or inadequacy. Over time, these affirmations become an integral part of our thought process, making us feel stronger, more grounded, and more connected to our authentic selves. Affirming self-worth also encourages us to be kind and compassionate toward ourselves, particularly during challenging times. Life is full of ups and downs, and it's easy to fall into self-criticism when things don't go as planned. However, when we truly believe in our worth, we allow ourselves the grace to make mistakes, learn, and grow without harsh judgment. Self-compassion becomes a natural extension of our self-worth, creating a safe space within us to experience life fully without fear of failure or inadequacy. This compassionate mindset fosters resilience, helping us bounce back from setbacks with greater ease and confidence. As we affirm our worth, we begin to see changes in how we relate to others. Often when we struggle with self-worth, we may find ourselves in relationships that do not honor or respect us. We might tolerate behaviors that diminish our sense of self, either because we fear rejection or because we feel we don't deserve better. But when we affirm our worth, we start to set healthier boundaries. We recognize that we deserve to be treated with kindness, respect, and consideration, and we become less willing to accept anything less. This shift doesn't come from a place of arrogance or entitlement, but from a place of genuine self-respect. It allows us to engage in relationships that are nurturing and uplifting, while letting go of those that are not aligned with our well-being. Affirming self-worth also impacts the way we approach our goals and ambitions. When we feel worthy, we're more likely to pursue dreams and opportunities that reflect our true desires, rather than simply following a path that we think will earn approval from others. We become more attuned to what genuinely fulfills us, and we give ourselves permission to explore those passions without fear of judgment. This inner confidence empowers us to take risks, step out of our comfort zones, and believe in our ability to succeed. When setbacks occur, as they inevitably will, we're able to navigate them with resilience, knowing that our worth is not tied to any outcome. In addition, affirming self-worth enhances our ability to experience joy and gratitude in the present moment. When we struggle with self-worth, we might be caught up in a cycle of seeking happiness from achievements or validation. But when we affirm that we are already enough, we allow ourselves to feel contentment right here and now. We realize that we don't need to chase after endless goals to prove ourselves. We can simply be. And that's enough. This acceptance brings a sense of peace and fulfillment that isn't dependent on external circumstances. We can appreciate life's simple pleasures, nurture meaningful connections, and embrace each day with a spirit of gratitude. Affirming self-worth is an ongoing journey, not a one-time event. It's a daily commitment to nurturing our relationship with ourselves, especially during moments of doubt. It's about choosing again and again to speak to ourselves with kindness, to celebrate our strengths, and to hold ourselves gently in times of struggle. There will be days when it feels challenging to affirm our worth, when insecurities or past conditioning resurface. Yet these moments are part of the journey, and they offer opportunities for growth and deeper self-understanding. Each time we affirm our worth, Even on the hardest days, we reinforce a foundation of self-love that grows stronger with time. Ultimately, affirming self-worth transforms not only how we view ourselves, but how we experience life. It liberates us from the need for external validation, allowing us to live authentically and fully. It brings us into alignment with our true selves, reminding us that we are worthy of love, joy, and fulfillment simply because we are. Through this practice, we come to understand that our value is constant, unchanging, and independent of any external factors. Embracing this truth opens the door to a life of deeper meaning, richer relationships, and a profound sense of inner peace. Radiating confidence and authenticity is about embodying a sense of self-assuredness that emanates from within, allowing you to navigate the world with a sense of purpose and clarity. Confidence is often seen as a desirable trait, yet it can be elusive, especially in a society that frequently emphasizes comparison and external validation. Authenticity, on the other hand, is about being true to yourself, embracing your unique qualities, and presenting your genuine self to the world. When these two qualities are combined, they create a powerful presence that can inspire others and foster meaningful connections. To begin cultivating confidence, it's essential to understand that it is not a fixed trait, but rather a skill that can be developed over time. Many people mistakenly believe that confidence is an innate characteristic possessed by a select few. However, confidence is built through experiences, self-reflection, and the willingness to step outside of one's comfort zone. Every time you challenge yourself, whether it's speaking in public, trying something new, or asserting your opinions, you create opportunities for growth. These experiences gradually contribute to a stronger sense of self, allowing you to approach future challenges with greater assurance. A crucial step in radiating confidence is to embrace your strengths and acknowledge your accomplishments. Too often we downplay our achievements or compare ourselves to others, which can undermine our self-esteem. Taking time to reflect on what you do well and celebrating your successes, no matter how small, can significantly enhance your confidence. This practice encourages a positive self-image and reinforces the understanding that you have unique gifts and talents to share with the world. Keeping a gratitude journal or a list of personal achievements can serve as a helpful reminder of your worth and capabilities. Authenticity is intertwined with confidence. The more you embrace who you truly are, the more confident you will become. Being authentic means understanding your values, beliefs, and passions and allowing them to guide your actions and decisions. It's about shedding the masks we wear to please others or fit into societal expectations. When you present your true self to the world, you attract like-minded individuals and create deeper, more meaningful connections. Authenticity fosters trust and creates an environment where others feel safe to be themselves as well. To cultivate authenticity, it's essential to engage in self-exploration. This can involve asking yourself reflective questions such as, what do I truly value, or what makes me feel alive? Spending time in self-reflection allows you to understand your motivations and desires on a deeper level. It's also important to recognize any fears or insecurities that may be holding you back from expressing your authentic self. Often these fears are rooted in the opinions of others or past experiences that led to feelings of inadequacy. By acknowledging these fears, you can work toward overcoming them and embracing your true self. Another key aspect of radiating confidence and authenticity is the importance of setting boundaries. When you are clear about your limits and communicate them effectively, you create a sense of self-respect that translates into confidence. Establishing boundaries allows you to prioritize your well-being and ensures that your relationships are healthy and mutually supportive. Confident individuals understand that they do not need to please everyone or seek approval from others. They can honor their own needs while respecting the needs of those around them. Body language plays a significant role in how we project confidence and authenticity. Your physical presence can convey messages about your self-assuredness long before you say a word. Standing tall, making eye contact, and using open gestures can all communicate confidence. Additionally, being mindful of your voice, its tone, volume, and pace can enhance your message. When you speak with conviction and clarity, it reinforces your authenticity and invites others to listen and engage. Practicing confident body language can significantly affect how you feel about yourself and how others perceive you. Another powerful way to radiate confidence and authenticity is to cultivate a positive mindset. The thoughts we hold about ourselves can greatly influence our self-image and the way we interact with others. Negative self-talk and limiting beliefs can diminish confidence and authenticity. Therefore, it is crucial to challenge and replace these thoughts with affirmations that promote self-worth and positivity. Surrounding yourself with supportive individuals who uplift and inspire you can also help reinforce a positive mindset, as their encouragement can boost your confidence and remind you of your true value. Embracing vulnerability is also essential to radiating authenticity. While it may seem counterintuitive, showing vulnerability allows you to connect with others on a deeper level. Sharing your experiences, fears, and struggles fosters empathy and understanding both for yourself and those around you. It creates a safe space for authentic conversations where you can explore shared experiences and emotions. By embracing vulnerability, you not only enhance your relationships but also demonstrate that it is okay to be imperfect and human. In conclusion, radiating confidence and authenticity is a journey that involves self-discovery, self-acceptance, and a commitment to being true to yourself. It requires effort, courage, and a willingness to confront fears and insecurities. However, the rewards are profound. When you cultivate these qualities, you not only empower yourself but also inspire others to embrace their true selves. As you radiate confidence and authenticity, you create a ripple effect, encouraging those around you to do the same. This not only enriches your life but also contributes to a more genuine and compassionate world where everyone feels valued and accepted for who they are. Detaching from external validation is a transformative journey that allows individuals to reclaim their sense of self-worth and embrace a more authentic way of living. In a world that often prioritizes likes, followers, and approval from others, it is easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation through external sources. This reliance on external affirmation can lead to a cycle of dependence that ultimately diminishes our self-esteem and autonomy. By learning to detach from external validation, we can cultivate a deeper sense of self-awareness, inner peace, and genuine confidence. The first step in this journey is recognizing the sources of our desire for external validation. Many of us grow up internalizing messages from family, peers, and society that suggest our worth is determined by our achievements, appearance, or popularity. From an early age, we may have been praised for our grades, athletic abilities, or social status, creating a strong association between our self-esteem and how others perceive us. This conditioning can lead us to prioritize external opinions over our own feelings and values. Understanding this dynamic is essential, as it allows us to identify when we are seeking validation from outside ourselves rather than nurturing our inner self. Once we recognize these patterns, we can begin to shift our focus inward. This involves developing a practice of self-reflection and self-compassion. Taking time to ask ourselves what truly matters to us, what we enjoy, and what makes us feel fulfilled can help realign our values with our actions. Journaling, meditation, or simply spending quiet time alone can facilitate this process. By listening to our inner voice and honoring our own feelings, we begin to cultivate a sense of self that is independent of external opinions. This self-awareness is crucial for breaking free from the need for validation from others. Self-compassion is a vital component of detaching from external validation. Many people are their own harshest critics, berating themselves for perceived shortcomings or failures. This negative self-talk can perpetuate the cycle of seeking approval from others, as we often look to them to affirm our worth when we cannot do so ourselves. Practicing self-compassion means treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a close friend. It involves acknowledging our imperfections and mistakes without judgment, and recognizing that everyone experiences struggles and setbacks. By nurturing a compassionate relationship with ourselves, we can build a solid foundation of self-acceptance that does not rely on external feedback. As we develop this internal validation, it is also important to recognize the value of setting boundaries. In relationships, whether personal or professional, external validation can often manifest as a need to please others or to fit into their expectations. Setting healthy boundaries allows us to prioritize our own needs and desires without feeling guilty or inadequate. This may involve saying no to requests that do not align with our values, distancing ourselves from toxic relationships, or asserting our opinions even when they may not be popular. By establishing these boundaries, we create space for our authentic selves to thrive, free from the pressure to conform to external expectations. Another powerful strategy for detaching from external validation is to cultivate a growth mindset. A growth mindset emphasizes the importance of personal development and learning from experiences rather than focusing solely on outcomes or comparisons. When we view challenges as opportunities for growth, we become less attached to external validation and more invested in our own journey. This perspective encourages us to take risks, explore new interests, and embrace the process of self-improvement without the fear of judgment. As we shift our focus from validation to growth, we begin to appreciate our progress and achievements on our terms, reinforcing our intrinsic sense of worth. Engaging in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment can also help reduce our reliance on external validation. When we pursue passions or hobbies that resonate with us, we create a sense of purpose that transcends the opinions of others. Whether it's painting, writing, hiking, or volunteering, immersing ourselves in activities that ignite our passion allows us to connect with our authentic selves. In these moments of joy, we become less concerned with how others perceive our choices and more focused on the intrinsic satisfaction they bring us. As we practice detaching from external validation, it is important to remember that this journey is not about completely disregarding the opinions of others. Human beings are social creatures, and feedback from others can be valuable and constructive. However, the goal is to cultivate a sense of self that is resilient and confident enough to withstand criticism or rejection. When we are grounded in our own self-worth, we can appreciate constructive feedback while remaining unaffected by negative judgments. This balance allows us to remain open to growth and learning without compromising our sense of self. In conclusion, detaching from external validation is a powerful and liberating process that encourages self-discovery and personal growth. By recognizing the sources of our need for validation, cultivating self-awareness and self-compassion, setting boundaries, embracing a growth mindset, and engaging in fulfilling activities, we can reclaim our intrinsic sense of worth. This journey ultimately leads to a more authentic and fulfilling life, where we are free to express ourselves fully without the constraints of external expectations. As we learn to validate ourselves from within, we not only enhance our own well-being, but also inspire those around us to do the same, creating a ripple effect of authenticity and self-acceptance in our communities. Embracing self-love as your foundation is one of the most powerful and transformative journeys you can embark upon in life. It is the essential cornerstone that shapes your self-perception, influences your relationships, and guides your decisions. When self-love becomes the bedrock of your existence, you cultivate a deep sense of worthiness that radiates outward, allowing you to engage with the world from a place of confidence, joy, and authenticity. Self-love begins with acceptance, accepting yourself wholly, including your strengths, weaknesses, imperfections, and quirks. It involves recognizing that you are a unique individual with intrinsic value, regardless of external achievements or validations. This acceptance is not always easy, particularly in a society that often promotes comparison and perfectionism. However, the first step toward embracing self-love is to acknowledge that you are enough just as you are. By quieting the inner critic that perpetuates negative self-talk and self-doubt, you create space for self-compassion and appreciation. A vital aspect of self-love is understanding that it is not selfish or self-indulgent. Many people mistakenly believe that prioritizing their needs and well-being detracts from their responsibilities or relationships with others. In reality, self-love enhances your capacity to give and support others. When you nurture yourself and fulfill your own needs, you create a reservoir of energy and positivity that enables you to show up more fully for those around you. It is akin to the analogy of putting on your oxygen mask first. During a flight, you must take care of yourself to be able to help others effectively. To cultivate self-love, it is essential to engage in practices that promote self-care and self-nurturing. Self-care encompasses a broad range of activities that nourish your mind, body, and spirit. This can include physical exercise, nourishing your body with healthy foods, practicing mindfulness or meditation, pursuing hobbies that ignite your passion, and setting aside time for rest and relaxation. Incorporating self-care into your routine sends a powerful message to yourself that you are deserving of love and care. It reinforces the idea that your well-being is a priority, not an afterthought. Another important facet of embracing self-love is the practice of setting healthy boundaries. Boundaries are essential for protecting your emotional and mental well-being. When you love yourself, you become attuned to your needs and desires, and you learn to communicate them effectively. This may involve saying no to commitments that drain your energy, distancing yourself from toxic relationships, or advocating for your own interests in professional settings. By establishing boundaries, you demonstrate respect for yourself and your time, fostering a sense of empowerment and self-worth. Moreover, embracing self-love entails challenging societal norms and expectations that may distort your self-image. Media representations often create unrealistic standards of beauty, success, and happiness, which can lead to feelings of inadequacy and comparison. To counteract this, it is crucial to curate your environment intentionally. Surround yourself with positive influences, people who uplift and inspire you, media that promotes diversity and body positivity, and messages that reinforce self-acceptance. By creating a supportive atmosphere, you can cultivate a mindset that values authenticity over comparison. Practicing gratitude is another powerful tool for nurturing self-love. Taking time to reflect on and appreciate the positive aspects of your life fosters a sense of contentment and fulfillment. Start by keeping a gratitude journal where you can jot down things you are grateful for daily. This practice shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, reinforcing the idea that your life is abundant and meaningful. By acknowledging your accomplishments, strengths, and the love you receive from others, you cultivate a deeper appreciation for yourself and your journey. Affirmations also play a significant role in embracing self-love. Positive affirmations are statements that affirm your worth and capabilities, helping to reshape negative thought patterns. Incorporating affirmations into your daily routine can boost your self-esteem and reinforce a positive self-image. Whether you choose to recite them in the mirror, write them down, or visualize them. Affirmations remind you of your inherent value and encourage you to embrace your authentic self. As you embark on the journey of self-love, it is essential to remember that it is a continuous process rather than a destination. There will be days when self-doubt creeps in, and moments when you may feel disconnected from your sense of worth. This is entirely normal. The key is to be gentle with yourself during these times. Acknowledge your feelings without judgment and recognize that they do not define your value. Practice self-compassion by treating yourself with the same kindness you would extend to a close friend in a similar situation. Embracing self-love as your foundation also means celebrating your achievements, no matter how small. Acknowledging your progress reinforces your sense of worth and encourages you to pursue your goals with confidence. Each step you take, whether it's overcoming a challenge, learning something new, or simply getting through a tough day, deserves recognition. Celebrate these moments as milestones on your journey and use them as fuel to continue embracing your authentic self. Finally, the impact of self-love extends beyond your own well-being. It influences your relationships and interactions with others. When you love yourself, you set a standard for how you expect to be treated. You attract healthier relationships and create an environment where mutual respect and support thrive. Additionally, your self-love radiates outward, inspiring those around you to embrace their own worth and authenticity. In conclusion, embracing self-love as your foundation is a profound journey that requires commitment, patience, and practice. By accepting yourself, prioritizing self-care, setting boundaries, challenging societal norms, practicing gratitude, and using affirmations, you cultivate a deep sense of worthiness that shapes your life positively. As you nurture this foundation, you will find that you not only enhance your own well-being, but also inspire others to embark on their own journeys of self-love. Ultimately, self-love is the key to living an authentic, fulfilling life, one where you embrace your true self and share your unique gifts with the world.